Good evening, everyone.
Oops.
Welcome to the June Zoning Board of Appeals meeting here for Orange, Connecticut. My name's Dave Crow. I'm the chairman of the board. To my right, I have Wayne Garrick, Pat Panza, our zoning enforcement officer, Jack Demersion, our recording secretary, Jenny Bowser, our court reporter, Bonnie Sayat, and we have Eric Rosel to my left, as also a member, and our newest member was Mike Sirachman. Welcome aboard.
Thank
Did I
you.
get that name correct?
You did, thank you.
Okay. And these glasses, for those of you out in TV land, my kids dared me to wear them on television. All 10 of you out there watching tonight. I'd like to say thank you to Chris and Amelia in the back who got us on OGAT this evening before we get started. So with that, gentlemen, welcome to the meeting. I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
So with that, we have one application, and I'll read the legals. To the Orange Zoning Board of Appeals to appear one time on Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and one time on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. I'll go glasses back on. The Orange Zoning Board of Appeals, notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Orange Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a meeting on Monday, June 2nd at 7 PM at the Orange Town Hall, 617 Orange Center Road, to conduct a public hearing on the following. Petition 1840 submitted by Todd Delpo. Did I pronounce your name correctly? For property known as 964 Red Fox Road, a variance of section 383-31, capital B, maximum ground coverage is requested. Application materials are on file with the Orange Zoning Office. A copy of this notice has been filed with the Orange Town Clerk, dated in Orange, Connecticut, this 19th day of May, 2025. David Crow, Chairman, Orange Zoning Board of Appeals. So we have one before us this evening. Before we get started, Jack, we've got a proper petition before us, right? With an
We do,
entry
yes,
survey?
sir.
Okay. At this public hearing, as always, everybody will be getting an opportunity to speak, I promise. Shouting across the room is not to be considered evidence, may result in somebody being removed from the, yeah, I know, Bonnie, I gotta say it. It may result in people being removed from the meeting. Everyone will get a chance to speak, I promise. You will not be shut down, you'll have a chance to say everything you need to say. So with that, I'd like to call the petitioner, Todd Delpo, to the stand. Everybody who's going to address the meeting tonight, please do so from the podium, and give your name and your address to Jenny Bowser. This is being recorded. Just go ahead.
How you doing, everyone? Todd Delpo, 964 Red Fox Road. I'm looking for a variance.
Right. Mr. Delpo, along that lines, we've been reviewing your petition, and we have a suggestion for you. We're not 100% sure you need a variance. We see on your page 3, question 4 of your petition, you have 1,700 feet covered by your house, and you're looking for 120 feet with a shed, and you're looking to add 736 feet. Under the zoning regs, you have 40,000 square feet, and under the zoning regs, you can cover up to 10% of your lot. So you're only at 5%. So our suggestion would be that you speak to we think what happened is your surveyor may have included the driveway, which is not included in lot coverage. So what we'd like for you to do is talk to your architect again, surveyor again, and
Please.
please, and
No.
double check.
Architect, please don't drag the architect.
Double check whether you really need a variance or not, because if you don't, you can just withdraw the petition for the variance, you get your money back, and go ahead and build a house. You could almost double your house based on what we're thinking. So that's our suggestion, Al. I should have said this before, we have 5 members, but one of them is an alternate member, hasn't been sworn in yet, so we have 4 members tonight. It would take 4 positive votes for your petition to pass. All 4 of them would have to vote yes. But we may not have to do that. And so, with that said, what are your thoughts? What do you think? You got questions? Am I explaining that properly, Jeff?
You are.
You are, yeah. I think what happened is either the engineer or the surveyor misunderstood the regs and maybe included the driveway as part of your ground coverage, which is why, the numbers don't really add up. When you look at the survey, it says that your property today is already non-conforming, that you already exceed the 10%. By our numbers, that might not be the case. So maybe go back and work that out with the surveyor. If it does end up being the case, then you can withdraw and come in just for a typical zoning permit that would not need a variance, which obviously, is a little bit of an easier process. Or if you come back and say, no, we did this, but we still think that a variance is required, then, we come back here and we proceed. But we don't want to put undue hardship on your application if we don't need to.
It maybe save you $65.
In order for you to be not compliant now, your house would have to be 4,000 square feet.
Which is not even close.
It's not.
That's correct.
And
Which is why-
Wayne was nice enough to do the math quickly, I think, and he thinks that your driveway was just included in the ground coverage.
You might have been thinking impervious surfaces.
Yeah.
And, go ahead, Wayne.
I was going to say, also, when you do receive a variance, it's recorded on the land records, and you may not want that recorded on the land.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for there. That's the silver
that's
bullet
the
right there.
difference, yeah.
That's the silver, but I was gonna say, why don't we just vote on it now and, while we're here, but if,
No.
I understand what you're saying now. I totally understand what you're saying.
And-
So you're saying that I'll go back, I'll talk to Richard Plain, and,
Ask him his reasoning. How did he come up with the numbers?
Yeah, how do you get 4,000 square feet?
Yeah, maybe one of the other numbers is wrong, but we want to make sure that what you're bringing us is 100% right, because let's say we did vote tonight, and the commission was to see an approval, they would be approving at what you're asking for, which is 13.5%.
Yeah.
If you're only at 5 right now.
Right.
That's a big variance that they're,
Yeah.
so that might impact the decision here.
sure it would,
You
because,
definitely
Right.
know you have just about an acre?
yeah, it's 9 point.
No, but you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just wanna make sure, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's no
There's no reason.
Well, it's showing on the A2 survey that he's got 40,536 square feet, or 9.93 acres, so
Did-
that's
did-
what you got.
Did he have it on the print that it's okay, all right, okay.
Go ahead, Wayne.
I think he may have misconstrued impervious surface with building
Yeah, you said
coverage.
that.
And there are 2 different things here in Orange. Some municipalities, they're the same thing, they count together. But in this case, in Orange,
Meaning your driveway.
Yeah, your driveway, impervious surface.
That's right.
Also for stormwater management.
Calculation of
Right.
driveway.
So like in Milford, if we exceed 10%, say if we're putting like a paver driveway or whatever, we have to go with a permeable driveway, so that way we don't exceed impervious surface, ratios on the property.
Yeah.
But our regs are different, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So basically, I would go back to him, and if he says, oh, I messed up, or what have you, then I just reach you back out
Reach
to
out,
you.
we withdraw it, I refund your application fee, and we go
If
from there.
not, we go forward in July.
Right, if not, we reconvene at the next meeting when we know that what's in front of us is correct, and if we have to continue, then we do so. But if we don't have to, which is kind of what it's looking like, that's definitely a more favorable avenue.
I think the best way to handle this is ask him how, his
Yeah, how did
thought
he
process.
calculate that?
How'd you come
Yeah.
up with this?
Yeah, because that's a big deal, because we plan on doing other things there too, if the
Right.
time comes, and that would help me out.
if you have other additions contemplated, then you will have more leeway.
Right.
As of right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Go for a bigger addition. No.
Yeah. I'll know tonight if I I put another offer in on a house in Woodbridge, so I'll know tonight. We'll find out, so. All right, so basically, I'll talk to him tomorrow, and if he says, you know, oh, I messed up, I'll reach
Or-
out to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
oops, or no, they're wrong, and
Yeah,
then just
exactly.
let Jack know
If
either
these
way.
numbers do work out, then we just continue this where we are
Yeah,
tonight.
Gotcha.
We'll leave the public
Yeah.
hearing open.
Okay.
But if this
until
board
next
isn't
month.
sure what the numbers are, and we did have to vote tonight.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's,
Then that puts me in a
Exactly.
a
It
worse
would box
spot.
you in later.
yeah.
Yeah, I would be okay, but on one end, but I might be bad on the other.
Right,
That's a big
exactly.
deal to me, so, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I appreciate it.
Glad we should give some good news tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so I'm gonna continue
Thank
the
you.
public hearing until
Yes, so the public hearing will
July.
remain open.
We have consent from the petitioner for the continuing the public hearing. So we're not gonna vote to close the public hearing, we'll leave it open, and then Jack will let us know whether or not we have to get a petition.
Absolutely, and if there is a withdrawal, I will put a legal notice in the paper, so we won't have to revisit this. It's
Right.
withdrawn by the applicant, and we can go from there.
You will put that in the.
I will put it in the paper, once I get, if, let's say this does happen.
Yes.
I will put it, get written confirmation from you that you wanna withdraw the application, because you don't need the variance.
Yes.
And then with that written confirmation, I can say, on behalf of the applicant, it was withdrawn, the public hearing is closed because of the withdrawal.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
All right,
Thank you, have a good week.
thank you very much.
All right, well, we're off to a rolling start. Any other business to come before the board, gentlemen? Old business, new business, funny business? No?
Save that till after.
Dirty jokes. All right. So with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I got a moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
You can vote on it.
Sure.
All right.